Scott and Ryan Michelle Bethea. Give it up. So when our next guest fell on hard times, it was his love of gardening and the kindness of strangers at a homeless shelter that helped him get back on his feet. Now he's paying it forward. It's such a cool story, y'all. Growing thousands of pounds of food that he gives to strangers at shelters here in Southern California. This is what makes him a good neighbor. It's my favorite part. From In God's Hands Garden, let's welcome Charlie, y'all. So it's lovely to meet you. We met in a little break. Have you met Ryan? Have you met Adam?
Nice to meet you.
We can't touch. Yeah, we're not like we're allowed to do that. Yeah. Meeting people now is so awkward. You're like, I can't touch you, but you seem awesome. So tell us a little about your life and how you ended up homeless.
Well, in 1970, I was serving in the United States Air Force from 1975
and thank you for that.
to 1979. Yeah. And when I was honorably discharged, I asked God for something that I could do with my own hands that I could make a living at. And I'm a master barbecuer. I was taught by my uncle at age 8 years old. And I prepared foods and sold them out of discotheques and nightclubs. And through the nightclubs,
getting people when they're drunk and hungry. That's a smart plan.
But through the nightclubs, I met the largest promoter in the Southwest, and he started booking me for doing backstage catering. And so I catered from people from Julio Iglesias all the way to Guns N' Roses.
Which is awesome.
But Kelly, it was a really, really fast life I was living, and I was young. And some years after my mom passed, I moved back to Riverside, California, and that's where I became homeless.
Oh gosh! So you ended up rediscovering your love of gardening from the was it the first shelter that you were at?
Well, yes, I moved to the Bell Shelter. No, it wasn't the first shelter. It was the third shelter.
Okay.
But this was the Bell Shelter in Southern California in 2014. And the administrator told me that they had a gated garden there. So I volunteered in the gated garden for a while, but I had a bigger vision and I wanted to do more. And so I asked the director, and he allowed me to occupy 1,150 square feet, pretty far back from the gated garden. And that's how the garden started.
Wow. And so you ended up giving that food to the people that were at the shelter, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, you know, those people really need it. And, you know, they come in, tore down, you know, broke it up and everything like that. And organic, healthy, you know, food helped get me back together, you know, so I thought it would help them as well. And I even brought some for you, Kelly.
Oh, I love food. You would brought it. Yes! Oh my God, did you really grow all this?
Yeah.
What? These are my favorites.
Those are beets, yes.
So, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, I grow beets in my garden. They're like half this size. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but I need a little tip, because my beets, I'm like, why are they so small? I don't know why they're so small, but this is such a great idea. Do you have any bigger kind of goal?
Well, my goal is, you know, to hopefully expand to a 1 or 2 acre site.
Yeah.
And to turn it into a teaching garden, so that I can teach the children, you know, how to work with the land and how to sustain themselves for life.
Amen, yeah. How are you guys with planting? Do you garden?
I know how to let things die.
That is not gardening.
No.
I grow food in the back. I'm better with herbs.
Chamomile is fun to grow, and it's also beautiful to look at. It's
all
such a
good.
wonderful thing to watch, you know, what nature does, you know, what it gives to us.
Amen, yeah.
You know, and you know, you just take care of it and you nurture it just like raising a child.
Yeah.
You know, you nurture your plants and you feed them and, you know, talk to them and take care of them, and this is what comes out.
Yeah, hopefully you don't raise your kids like you garden. Keeping it. You're a great dad. I'm just kidding. We have the operations director for the Salvation Army Bell Shelter dialed in. So let's say hi to Amy, everybody. Hi, Amy. So, Amy, can you tell us about the impact that you've seen from Charlie's work? Because I can only imagine.
Definitely. So, prior to Charlie starting this, we didn't have a lot of fresh greens. And now our cooks can provide a whole new level of quality food for our residents. And they definitely notice it too. So, you know, eating Charlie's vegetables gives them a different perspective of what's out there and what he's growing and where it's coming from and how it's available. The residents are super ecstatic to know also that Charlie, who was a former member, is actually growing this right across from us. So it definitely, you know, makes them excited about this. And it gives them all hope because, you know, they see Charlie and they think, well, if Charlie can do this, we can do this too. And, you know, Charlie, seeing you, you know, start this from the roots down and making this grow to what it is today has just given me, it's just inspired me also. And, you know, working with you personally has just been great, Charlie.
Well, thank you, Miss Amy. I feel the same way, Miss Amy. I remember back in 2014 when I walked into the shelter, how you and Steve and Miss Alma welcomed me along with my dog Gracie. And
yes,
you know, and I cannot thank you enough. And I'm so honored, you know, that the Salvation Army has allowed me to give back to them as well as to others throughout Los Angeles. I'm eternally grateful to you.
Absolutely. And we love what you're doing.
Thank you.
That's why we are giving In God's Hands Gardens $5,000 to help out. This is whatever we can do. And
Thank you.
I'm going to double it. Anyway, thank you so much.